Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Skill RPA. In the previous video, we have seen how we can integrate Jira with UiPath Test Manager, and we saw how the requirements are getting synced back under the requirements, right? And for today, we'll be looking at like how we can create test cases and how we can link those test cases to the requirements. And is that UiPath Test Manager is only for the automation testing, or is it possible for the manual testing as well? And in this video, we are going to create a test case and we are going to perform manual testing. And we are going to create the test sets as well. And we will be executing our test cases, which are of manual test cases. So for that, I created a new project, UI Bank loan application testing. And in the same project, I created in Jira, and I linked both UiPath Test Manager with my Jira. And the issues which I enabled for UiPath Test Manager is the test and bug. And we'll see how we can execute the manual test case, perform manual testing for any given test case scenarios. So for now, we don't have any requirements in place. And if you see, like we will be having a key, which we have prefixed here. And in the Jira, it will be auto-generated. And I just created my project in such a way that both the keys will be similar. So it can be different, but I just created it for same. And so not only from UiPath Jira, we can create our requirements here directly from the test manager as well. And for now, we are not creating anything from here. You can give a try like how you can create the requirements. There is no much change. It will be same. And now let us go ahead and create one issue. I'm changing my issue type to test, and summary title is overvalued loan, and the description I can say loan amount than 1 lakh get rejected, because for loan whoever is applying more than 1 lakh should be get rejected. So before coming to like creating this story, let us have small discussion on what actually we are trying to test. So this is the UI Bank application. You can access it with uibank.uipath.com. And inside that, we need to go to the products. And here we need to select loans. And here we have apply for a loan. And here we just need to provide all our details. So I can just give some number. And the loan term is 5. And the income is 30,000. And the age is 35. When I click on submit, so it should get rejected. So this is my test case scenario. And that is what I want to do that. So let us create the requirement for this. We'll click on create. And the requirement is got created. So if I refresh this page, I can see that requirement synced with UiPath Manager. So now I got the requirement. So I got the requirement, but I need to create a test case for that. So when we go to the test cases tab, and here we have the create test case. So here we will be writing the test case. So I'll reuse the same names, whatever we created here. So the name will be overvalued loan. It can be different also, but I'm just putting the same, and I'll be using the same description. And when we click on create, a new test case will be created here. And if you see the sequence, right, here we have ULAT 2 and the requirements is 1. So in the last video, I explained why I call it as item, not as a requirement for the keys, is because as soon as like we create any test case, that sequence will keep on increasing. And the next sequence, if you create the test sets, that will go with the next sequence key. So the requirements, test cases, or test sets, whatever the objects we are creating in UiPath Test Manager, the sequence will be based on the object sequential order we created, irrespective whether it is a requirement or a test case or a test set. So we'll go to the test case. Here we created the test case. And when we go inside this, we have different tabs here. Overview will give you the high level picture of your test case, the description and all. And in case if this test case is executed, we can see the test results here. And automation is in case if we created any automation script or a test case from UiPath Studio, that can be attached here and we'll have something here. For now, we don't have anything and we need to go to the UiPath Studio and we need to create our test case from UiPath Studio. And for now, in this video, we are not looking at UiPath automation. Automation test case will be going with the manual test case. Even if you are doing a manual testing, you can leverage UiPath Test Manager to track your test results or manage your test cases. And before creating that, we'll see what are the things we have. We can add any supporting documents if required. And for the details section, we are going to discuss at the end because it doesn't have much functional importance. And here in the tasks, we can assign this test case to requirement. So we can link the test case and the requirements. And we can delete this test case. In order to delete this, once we delete this test case and all the related data will be removed from this UiPath Test Manager. And when we want to assign, like link the requirement, we'll be clicking on assign to a requirement and we will be selecting the requirements. And in case if you have more test cases, requirements, and the same test case needs to be part of all the requirements, then we can select multiple requirements for this test case. And also the vice versa. And we can assign multiple test cases to the requirement and multiple requirements to the test case. So for now, we will be assigning that. And if we come back to the requirements, if we click on this, here we can see this linked option and we can see which test cases are linked to this requirement. And when we come here, so here is my manual steps. And before going for writing these manual steps, I want to capture the documents, how this works and each and every step-by-step process of that. So what I'll do is I can document my test case with the help of task capture. When I click on document with test capture, because it is already installed on my machine, I can open it. But if not, then you need to download it and you need to install it here. So let me click on open test capture. I'll close this. And my test capture is getting open. So this is my home page. And now I can create new document and name is all automatically got captured from there. So instead of diagram, I want to go with the capture process. And for now, I'll go with the low resolution because it is not that much important for me. And my environment is getting created. So now I can capture all of my steps. I can just click on here. So I'm not writing any description just to show you like how it is going on. In case if you want, we can just give the title, open UI Bank website. And I can write the description here. Open uibank.uipath.com. So other steps, I'm not writing anything. I'll just navigate directly. Click on products, click on loans, and click on apply for a loan. And I just input UiPath at gmail.com. Right. The loan requested amount is 1,20,000, and I can select 5. I can write 30,000 is my income, and the age is 35, and I can click on submit application. And my loan is got rejected. So if I click on stop, I can see the actions, whatever is supposed to be there. See here, extend this. So I'm writing all the details. I'm writing all the age and everything, and I got the final conclusion. So if I click on this refresh button, I can publish this to test manager. So it is not necessary for me to do it anything manually. So it will be automatically pushed to the test manager. So let us wait for that, and we'll go and see how it looks like. So I'm just closing this. I don't want to save in local, so I'm just closing it. And if I refresh this, see here, I can see the diagram, what actually is got created. So UiPath Google Chrome, and these are the high level diagram, but I can just open the recording. Here is the document which is got generated for my test case, and I can see all the things, all the related information, and I can see the screenshots. So this is the URL, and I need to select from the products, and then I need to select loans, and I need to click on apply, and I just need to enter the email address. So it is a keyboard input. I need to input the amount, which is a keyboard input. So I have all the steps captured. Let me close this, and I can create my manual steps here like this, but I don't want to do anything right now. So we'll see like in the next, first we'll complete from this, and we can do one more test case. So if I click on create steps from the recording, confirm. So I got all the manual steps created. Whatever I recorded there, in case if you see here, first step, I gave the proper meaning. So I got this, but this is not giving me a clear picture, but this I can just use it for modification or something, right? So we can write all this, but now what I want to do is I'll create these steps manually, and we'll see. And I'll keep this recording and all these things open, because it will help me, like in case if someone else is like looking into this test case, it will help them as a document to understand the test case scenario. And I'm just deleting the existing. See, if you see the options, we can duplicate the step, or we can delete, or we can add one more test step before that or after that, and we can even rearrange our test steps as well. So let me delete all this. So now let me do one thing. First, what I need to do is I need to open the UiPath application. That is my step. First step. Description is open UiPath application. The expected behavior is UiPath home page should be open. This is the expected result. And when we are performing our testing, we'll update the actual. And the clipboard data is, we will be providing the URL. And we will be going to the next step. And the description is, we need to select the loans from product catalog. Select loans from product catalog. Expected behavior is loan page should open. Next step, I don't have any input, so I'm not putting anything in the clipboard data. And we need to click on apply for a loan. Click on apply for a loan button. The expected behavior is loan application will be open. The next step is I need to input the information. Email address of the requester, input email address of the requester, and the clipboard data I can put uipath@gmail.com. And I don't have any expected behavior here because I'm just filling my form. And the next step is input loan amount requested. We put 1,20,000. Next step is select the loan term. Which is 5 years. What is the currently income? So input, I can put 30,000. And the next step, input age, which is 35. And after that, I need to click on submit loan application. Next step, click on submit loan application. Expected behavior here is loan application rejected because of loan amount is greater than 1 lakh. So if it is more than 1 lakh, my loan application should get rejected. So I created all the test steps. So here is I have 9 steps which needs to be performed as part of my test case. So we captured our test requirements document using the task capture, and also we had all the UI bank applications. So if you see here, though we have the test case created, we don't have any option to run the flow. In order to run our test case, what we need to do is we need to create the test set, and from the test set, we can run our test cases. So in order to do that, I'll utilize the same name and description. I don't want to, like, it is up to us, like whether to have the same or not. And I'll just put test set. Here value is, the description is this, and I'll click on create. So my test step got created. Let me come back here. I'm gonna do is I'll just not allowing me to. Here I can just put test case. I'm just prefixing or like suffixing the things because everything is having the same names, right? So yeah. So here, so I need to link this test cases with test sets. So to have, if you see here under the test sets, whatever we created, this will give us a high level similar to the test case, and it will show the execution results and the test cases. It will show us if we have any assigned test cases. So when I click on this assign test cases, I can select multiple test cases, but here I have only one test case. So I'm selecting that test case. And now I could able to see this test case reflected back. And the results and documents is nothing but the supporting documents. And we can see the results once this is got executed. As soon as we added the test case, we are getting this option of execute. When we see this, we have two options. One is like we can run our automated test case or manual test case. If you click on automated test case, it will execute automated test case, whatever we have. But now we don't have anything because we didn't created any test case from the UiPath Studio and we didn't link that with the existing test case. So we just need to click on manual. When you click on the manual, the test manager pop-up will appear. I'll just put this application here. I'll go to the home page and I'm just putting these two side by side. Whereas like I can just perform my actions and I can update this. So if you see the test cases, every test case is like having we can just update whether it is failed or passed. So we can just update that. Then only we'll have something after this. If you see here, right? Here we don't have anything. Here we have. So in case once we update the previous step, then only the next steps will come. So opening of this was passed, set as passed. And if we go to the next, I just need to select from the product catalog loans and the loan page is open. So I can set it as passed. And here click on apply loan, which opened me the loan application. So I can mark it as passed. And here I need to input the data. So it doesn't have anything. So we can just write the things. Just going all the input as set as passed and I'll input all the details now. So here loan amount is 1,20,000. Is 5 years. Income is 30,000. Age is 35. And I need to click on submit loan application. And now it has got rejected. So I can write my comments. Rejected. On set as passed. So all my test cases are like completed, steps are completed. So let me open this up, expand it. So here I want to write the tester comments. Oh, sorry. In the last one I wrote that because when we mark it as like pass or fail, later we cannot update any comments. So I just added it, like we'll see how it is getting reflected. Let us click on done. And now this pop-up is gone and we can see our test case is passed. We can see the test results. So to view that test results, we can view it directly from here and it will navigate to this and we can see it from here as well. And in case if we click here, it will be navigated to the test set. Now it will be gone to it will go to the test case. Now here we can see here the tester comment will be getting it like similar to this is expected result and this is actual result. Oh, I missed out to capture one attachment screenshot of that. What I'll do is I'll execute it manually again. Test set. I'll go here. I'll just execute manually. What I'll do is I'll just mark everything passed. I don't want to keep on doing the things again and again. So I just want to showcase only one feature of this. So here, I can just capture this screenshot. And I think I already have the screenshot. Loan rejected.png. So this has got rejected screenshot. So what I'll do is I'll just click on here and I'll upload this attachment. Loan rejected. And I'll click as set as passed and I'll click on done. Now let us see. If I come back to the test results, so I have this, which is like latest one. So I have all the test sets, whatever got executed under the test results. And if I go here, I can see this test case. If I click on open this test case, I can see all the executions happened on this test case. So this is my latest one. If I click on this, I have all the steps which are got passed. And here, if you see here, I can see the evidence. So we can capture the test evidences and we can upload those test evidences as well. And we can see under the attachments. So this is how we can execute our manual test case. And let me execute the test case one more time. And I'm going to intentionally fail this test case manually. And the pop-up opened up. So what I'll do is I'll mark this as passed. I'll pass, and here I'll mark it as failed. So it is already got failed. So anyhow, we are not going to do anything. So I'll mark everything as failed. In between, I'll just mark one thing as passed and here it is failed and click on done. And if you see here, right, this is like failed. The complete test case is got failed. Even one step is got failed. My test case is got failed. So if you go to the test case, and here is my failed test case. See here. So these are got failed. And if I come here and I'll click on create defect. And the defect is being created. And if I refresh this page, so the defect is got created, Jira. If I click on this, it will navigate to the Jira and I can see the defect type, bug type is got created. And I have all the steps, whatever I logged. And in case if I have a screenshot, even those will get reflected. So here is how we can create bugs in Jira, like based on our test execution results. So in this video, what we have seen is we covered like how we can do the manual testing and how we can capture the test case scenario and how we can leverage the UiPath Test Manager in order to work for manual testing, perform the manual testing. And also we saw how we can create the defects in Jira directly from the test execution. And here we can see the test manager link as well. In case if we click over there, it will navigate to this test results, whatever we have. So in this way, it's a two-way sync where we can see we can manage our test cases and track our test results. And in the next video, we are going to see how we can create an automated test case for this and how we can link that test case here from the UiPath Studio, and we are going to see those things. What other things we need to make in order for that to work. And thanks for watching. Please subscribe to Skill RPA YouTube channel and hit the bell icon.